Good morning! Welcome to the Forum of the Year. Short but useful. We are here at the guidance office with our very own Miss Karina May Uy, coming to you live. Aside from being our in-house guidance counselor, she has also recently topped the exams for guidance counseling at Cebu Normal University. So, okay ma'am, our first question for you is, what do you mean by depression and anxiety?
Depression and anxiety, technically, those are actually psychological disorders. But I'm not really familiar with the criterion for that because when we go into psychology already, we will be able to diagnose somebody who has depression and anxiety based on a certain criteria. But people or students, because in this case we're in a school, sometimes we experience mild depression or anxiety, and these can be described as, if it's depression, then feelings of being lonely or feeling sad, and then you don't like to eat, you don't like to go outside or mingle with people, so you basically withdraw from society. Anxiety, on the other hand, is like you're always nervous. You don't want to. You may want to do something, but it tends to be counterproductive because you're not focused or you're not able to concentrate on your activity.
So, is it normal to have mild depression and mild anxiety among students?
It's, how can I say it? It's normal in a sense that we do experience, all of us, like tendencies for depression or tendencies for anxiety. However, if it's already in a longer period of time, then we can say that based on certain criteria that this is not anymore normal. Close in quotation marks. Yeah.
No, no. So, example, ma'am, there is one student who feels or thinks that he has depression. Could he have a certain test to assess that he has this
Depression.
depression?
Yeah.
Yes. There are certain standardized tests to measure if one is depressed.
Okay.
However, I think we don't have it yet here in school because for one to purchase it, you have to become like a licensed psychometrician or a licensed psychologist for that, and we don't have a licensed psychologist yet here in the university. Aside from that, although tests may not be taken, but like somebody who is licensed to diagnose can do that for you. But if you want to like really take a test, there is a test for that. However, it's just not available here in our university.
Where could we find an example, ma'am? Here in Bohol.
Here in Bohol, I'm not sure if other schools have that because basically, if we talk about testing center, we are like the pioneer also. So if we don't have it here, I'm not sure if other schools also have it. But in Cebu, there are already schools offering that.
Kanang like sa ako ma'am kanang nakoy depression sa akong grades then gina-pressure ko sa akong tita like dili magug ako tong kuan kayo kanang smart kayo ana gani. So akong tita ga-expect siya sa ako nga puros 1 akong ana nasa 1 point something akong grado or dili ko kaubos sa 2.5, but then kanang dili na magud ako tong paras tong high school na ako nga makaabot pa kog top ana ga-expect siya sa ako sa una karon magud kay kana halo-halo nga problema kanang di ba ana man jud na sa ato nga when you grow up expect mas daghan pa nga problema, then at sa akong pamilya ana kanang pressure tapos kanang sa akong sarili pa jud ana. So maski unsa na ako mahuna-hunaan na abot na ko sa time na kadang natapulan ko nga hatagag solusyon akong problema. Sige ra ko huna-huna, then night time makahilak na lang ko kung unsaon pa man nako ana then nakahuna-huna ko sa una ra pud to mga last sem ata to tung na ako'y bagsak nga mahadlo kog disappointment manggod. Then wala ko'y solusyon para ana sa ko nay solusyon pero wala na ko gibuhat. Murag I'm too lazy to do that for me, for my own. Tas mao to nga kanang nakahuna-huna ko what if kanang magpakamatay ko ana but pero wala ko nagkuan every every ko ko, pero back to Davao, tung taga Davao man jud ko, kanang akong solution lang sa akong problema kay Mulayas. Oh, mo na pero akong tas mo to, mga last week kinakahuna-huna na po ko nga Mulayas sa kaha ko then. Ana good. Wala. Hantod karon depressed lang gihapon.
Pero there are different ways of coping up, di ba, ma'am?
Yes, there are different ways of coping up with the so-called depression, but let's not label it as depression because people who are depressed, will not be able to do what you are doing right now, which is come here in school and still participate and still think about things, like how to do it, but just not motivated to do it. People who are really depressed, clinically depressed, are just at home. They don't even eat. They don't even go outside. So that's why we need to be careful with the labels that we tell ourselves also. But basically,
It's somewhat a mild depression.
yeah, it's not even like a mild depression, but it might get there.
We'll be back after a short break.
Girl, sakit na jud kaayo akong abaga. Ha? Nga naman. Daghan mong gud og sulod akong shoulder bag, maong bugat siya.
Mao ba? Have you ever tried using a backpack before?
Wala mong goy backpack nga mula hutay nako.
Oh my god. Try Ken Sports Bag. It has the latest Kevlar silk fiber used for the bulletproof vest that gives us indestructible hold.
Ni, mahal man siguro na.
Believe it or not, it will only cost you 1,000 pesos.
Asa mo na nako mapalit?
Mapalit ni sa mga leading malls and supermarkets in Bohol.
Sige, mupalit sa akong Ken Sports Bag. Aron sulit.
Ken Sports Bag, the all-in-one support bag of the world.
Daghan ba ka og bugas-bugas sa naong ug sa likod? Gikapoy na ba ka og pangitag kaayuhan sa imong problema? Worry no more! Katitulis is here in town. Gikan kini sa mga dekalidad nga dahon sa bayabas o tawas nga gilaga para sa problema sa bugas-bugas sa naong ug likod. Unsa pa may gihuwat nimo? Palit na og Katitulis, ang organikong tawas nga bayabas para sa bugas. Mapalit ni sa mga suking butika nationwide.
If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
And we're back on track.
The only thing that we can control is ourselves, right? Like, if other people have different reactions on whatever kind of stimuli sa to ang world, no? Like in your case, when you see a grade that is not what you expected, let's say failing grade, your tendency is to tell yourself, wala na, it's a hopeless case, I will not do anything na lang. But if I try to compare it with somebody also, like some students would look at it and say, oh my god, it's still prelims, I can still do something about it, I can work hard on it so that dili na siya mahitabong a grade. Maybe it's not, maybe you need to work on that. Like instead of feeling down immediately about your situation, think of what you can do instead in order for you to get out of it. Kay basin manggod og kumusik kung huna manggod nga wala na gid ni, like mag negative ka ba, everything will follow nga negative na sad imong body, it will not work na imong feelings towards it mura na pud og wala na gani. But if you try to think positively, like katapra kung prelim pa man nap koy mahimo bahin ani, no? So you can, everything will kuan na sad manikamot ka, and then na mag-follow na po tanan nga ma-okay siya. So maybe you need to do that also, because the way I'm seeing it, murag kanang mga karon ba kanang immediate yung mga concerns, but it's really about your grades and your performance in school.
Dili ba na siya anxiety, ma'am? If you think about what other people has to say?
Sort of like you worry a lot about kanang what other people would say and what you think what you think they will do bitaw. But maguna ang mong hinahuna ba maski wala pa ka-sure kung unsay gid ang mahitabo unta. Of course that's human nature, diba? We always have that, but some people would take risks, no? And then I think ang kuan sa imuha is that mura gani og kanang you're also thinking about, maybe tell me if I'm wrong ha, maybe I would commit a mistake, or maybe they will not be happy with what I say and do. And then murag naanad ka pag elementary, high school mo nga you're always the one on top. People would follow you, and right now we are in this ocean of people who are really good at things, and then murag imo is anxiety tingali bitaw nga murag masig ay na ko mo stand out, so I'll just be like this normal person who just follows the crowd.
Ingon na alam ko mo.
Basically, ma'am, worrisome is also being anxious.
Parang ganyan, excessively worrying will lead you there also. If you did something, like for example, wala lang. You just be yourself lang. If I want to say this, if I want to express this, then I'll do it.
Nananang ko, di ba?
Yeah, but I don't know what hit you for the past few weeks.
We don't know.
No, there's something going on that we don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're basically classmates, and then there are times that she'll stop laughing. That's just it. Okay, ka, Bob? Like, okay naman. No, you're not fine. I know that face.
Bitaw, ma'am, like prelims, she was really energetic every time we have our major class. But then after August, ato na siya nagsugod og murag sige na kag-absent.
Yeah, that thing.
If you try to look back, sa man, anong nakita po man to? Nawalan kang motivation?
Friendship goals? Oh.
Okay.
Kay, na magugoy ex-best friend na